face is itching. Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome to Yarn and Pajamas. Today is a crochet podcast number 19. Yay, we're almost to 20. So I'm just going to start right on in so that I don't keep you guys very long today because I don't really have a whole lot to show you. But the first thing that I have done, let me reach all the way over here, is my square for #Movie and Stitch. Mine was the R square last week. So the square and the appliques are free patterns. The square is Maria's Blue Crayons, the Granny Square 2.0, and the appliques are by the Moogly blog, and they are free on her blog, both the upper and lowercase. So I use both for both of them. Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn. The applique is in Fruit Salad, and the square itself is in Neon Pink, I believe is the color. Okay, so I got that finished, and then I was tagged by Donna at Gab and Grammy to participate in the 3-color challenge. So I did, and I made this cute little feller. He's a Frankenstein Gnome. So he is a paid for pattern by a store on Etsy called Pam Pinot Store, and she is having a 70% off sale right now. So this little guy's like $1.75, I think. So yeah, so the colors I used were jet black, and this is Shepyace Katona cotton. Lime. The blue is cornflower, and then his little nose is in shell. So I was only supposed to use the black, green, and blue, but he looked weird with a blue nose, and he looked weird with a green nose, so I chose to just do a normal flesh colored nose for him. And then his beard is just probably red heart. It was just a scrap of black, and you attach it, and then you unravel the strands of yarn, and then you take I take an old pet brush, a wire one, and just brush it out, and then just kind of shape it around and stuff. And on him I used a 2.20 millimeter hook. It's one of my tulip, the red ones, and it's just 2.20 is what it says. So I got him done, and I did notice that once I had his little bolts sewed on, I sewed them on backwards. I was supposed to sew this little bit to his head, but it gives him character. So there's my little Frankenstein gnome that I done for the 3-color challenge. The next project that I have is more gnomes. Sorry, I'm a little thirsty. I think the last podcast I showed you guys or talked about it one, that I was working on some Mickey and Minnie Mouse gnomes. Well, I got them finished. I'm going to show them to you. Here they are. So I used Shepyace Katona cotton on these little guys too, with the same size hook, a 2.20. It's probably my favorite making the gnomes. I don't like to go smaller, and I don't like to go bigger. I have used bigger. I have used the 2.5, and it's alright, but this is my happy place, is the 2.20. So we'll talk about Minnie. So for Minnie, I used the color jet black. The red is hot red. The nose and her little hands are shell. And then her mouse butt here, her gnome butt, is in bridal white. Her, these are just a scrap of white yarn that was laying around. Tied it on. I untied the little strands of yarn and then just braided it. Oops. I did not brush it out like I do for the gnome beards. I found that when you do the braids, it's just as good to do it this way and a lot less trouble. Sewing on her little bow, I put some little mini beads. I glued them on. These little bows in her hair, I found those at Joann, in like their embellishment aisle, like with the buttons and stuff like that. And I just hot glued those on there. Now in the pattern, it calls for you to make like little circles and put on like to make little polka dots on her. But I didn't feel like she needed it. I think with me adding these little bows right here, that I think it would have just been too much. I don't know. Maybe I just got lazy at the end and was just convinced myself. But so that's her little Mickey ears there. So Mickey is pretty much the same. You've got the jet black, the shell, the hot red, the bridal white, but his little buttons here are lemon. And he was supposed to have little X's, like to show that the buttons had been sewn on, but I kept trying to do them and I just could not. They just didn't look right to me. So I did do something different with his beard versus like what I normally do. So like here's like a normal beard and here's like the one I done this time. And this on him, I used this stuff. It is from the Hobby Lobby. It is 100% wool roving, so it's like felting wool, and I used like the felting needle and I just like poked it all in, you know, and stuff. I mean, it worked. I didn't like it as well as doing it the other way. I don't know if maybe I'm just used to that way more, or that I had never worked with that kind of stuff before, but I feel like it made a mess and I just did not like it. So probably won't use it all that much. I have quite a bit of it because, you know, jumped in with my feet. I didn't really. I got a pack with like some black and white and grays, and then I got just a single pack of white and a single pack of yellow. So I'm gonna try it a couple more times, you know, because I don't want to waste. But if I find that it's not for me, then I'll have to pass it along to someone else. But I made these for my friend Annette, like I said. I'm gonna give these to her tomorrow. And that's all that I have for finished objects. That's all I got done. I have been working on my Stitch Your Library project. It's downstairs. I'll leave a link to my video down below if you guys want to see what that is all about and what I'm working on, if you haven't already seen it. But yeah, Stitch Your Library is super fun, and everybody should join in because it's so much fun. Okay. Well, I did pick up a project that I hadn't touched in a while yesterday. So I'll show you guys that. It's living here in this beautiful project bag. Now I will attempt to say this name. I will link it down below because I know I will butcher it with my hillbilly accent. Le Monde de Sucrette. So yeah, she makes all of these nice patchwork bags. I have another one that's green. It's like green tones. So I really like that. But I've been working on my spirit board blanket. And it is a paid for pattern. And it's on Etsy by Spider Lily Creations. And what's great about this pattern is she tells you how to make the blanket, and she gives you the pattern or the chart for the cross stitch that you do that makes the spirit board on the blanket. So it's like your blanket is your canvas for your cross stitch. Now I don't know how to cross stitch, so my friend Danae is going to cross stitch this on. And I did notice a while ago when I was working on it that I had made a mistake quite a ways down in here, but I'm not going to worry about it because it is like way too far down in there to be pulling out, so I'm just not going to worry about it. But here's where I was at the last time that you guys seen it, and this is pretty much about where I made the mistake, just over in the middle. And I done all of this last night watching, I call it Murder TV, but it's the ID channel. It was really good last night. I found a really good show. Right here's the mistake. I don't see, can you guys see it there? You can see my bars don't line up. So what I did was I missed picking up one of those things, or I didn't pull it, didn't loop over and pull it through, one of the two. I don't know. This is my first time doing Tunisian crochet, so I'm allowed to make a few mistakes, but I feel like it was a rookie mistake. Like I should have made that mistake in the beginning and not like when I was like that far along. But didn't somebody once say that like back in the old days, like people who done like needlework and stitch work and stuff, that they intentionally put mistakes in their work because they were afraid a part of their soul would get trapped in their work, and that way that piece of that soul would be able to escape. Wasn't that like a superstition? So we'll call it that. Like it was intentional. I meant to put that there. I meant to do that, guys. Yeah. So I've been working on that. This pattern is only $1.99. I don't know if I said that, but it's $1.99. And that yarn I was using is Red Heart Stripes in Fruity Stripe. So yeah, it's working up really nicely. So that's what I worked on yesterday. I finished up those gnomes this weekend. That's pretty much, I wasn't feeling the greatest this weekend, so I didn't really do a whole lot of crocheting. So I am feeling lots better. So I feel like I'll be doing a little bit more crocheting. Okay, so let's move on. I have a mini maker club to show you guys. It's from August. I went ahead and took it out of its bag so I didn't crinkle a bunch, but it's called Travel the Universe. Is what Miss Christy Cook at Tea Doddles, what her August theme was. She says, summertime brings travel to mind, which can mean navigating with the stars. That can make it seem like you're traveling the universe. So we'll start with the yarn, and she's partnering with Southern Skeins. And so you get a mini skein of yarn and a mini maker bag every month, and that's the mini maker club. So here is the yarn this month. It's called Dreams, I think, or just Dream, not plural, it's just Dream. So it's very pretty. It's a #1 fingering yarn, and she says it's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. So there's that. And then this is the bag. It's very pretty. I already have a hair on it. So pretty. So she said that the exterior fabric is called Ocean Maps, and it's by David Textiles. And here is one of my favorite parts about Tea Doddles bags. Is they're reversible. Yes. So See, it looks the same at the top. And here is the interior of the bag. Look how cute that is. I added that to that. But this is called Space Travels by Timeless Treasures. And then the top band here is like white with all these multicolored stars and hearts. And it is called Rainbow Sprinkles, Rainbow Heart Stars by Andover. So one thing she does is, and I always put one of these in there, she always puts one of these little tabs in there. And I always hook one of these book rings onto it. That way I can clip stitch markers onto the book ring. And I'll always have stitch markers in my bag. Like if I pick up a bag, I don't have to worry about hunting down, stitch markers. There'll always be, one in the bag. And speaking of stitch markers, you always get 2 stitch markers. One is always on a claw clasp, and the other is on my favorite, which is the lever back. But here are the ones for this month. I hope you can see that. It's like the moon and the stars, and then like a compass. So, and you get a tea. I mean, it's tea doddles. You get a tea. And this month it was lemongrass and ginger. And I'll be giving this away to a gentleman I work with because, well, I like just regular plain black tea. Hot, that's like the hot tea, and even like cold. Like this is my current fave, this Pure Leaf unsweetened tea. So good, so good. Buy it at the Costco in the big pack, or the dollar store when I run out from the ones with Costco. Okay. So that is pretty much it. I want to say thank you to everybody for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Oh, I forgot to tell you my Tunisian crochet. I'm using a Tunisian crochet hook, and it is an 8mm one. I think. I'll have to double check with that. Yeah. But back to what I was saying. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I know that our time is precious to each and every one of us, and that you choose to spend a little bit of your day with me. It makes me really happy, and I really do appreciate that. You guys have been so welcoming to me. It's been so positive these past couple months that I've been doing these videos. You guys have made it so fun, and I look forward to making my videos. I look forward to talking to you guys, and I get so excited when I get comments, and I know sometimes it takes me a minute to answer them, but it's only because, I have to work, got my dogs, and it's just sometimes I get lazy and, I fall asleep. But I really do appreciate it, and I look forward each and every week to making a video. So yeah, so I want to say thank you so much to all of the people who stop by and hang out with me, to the people who subscribe to me. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, so if you are new here, I just want to say hello and welcome. And I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. And if you want to continue to hang out with me and stuff, you can subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's fine. I mean, no pressure. I don't want to pressure anybody into doing anything. But, generally we like to just hang out and talk about yarn and what we work on and stuff. So, yeah. So thank you so much. And I'll see you guys in a couple days, because it's a hashtag Movie and Stitch week. And I had a double feature, so yeah. If you want to know what I watched and what I thought about it, you can hang out with me then too. But until then, I will say goodbye. And I hope you guys have a very wonderful week. And I hope you guys get a lot of crafting done. And I hope it's not too rainy and too wet wherever you are. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.